When you think of seeing a football game in Portugal, you're probably thinking of seeing a game in a world famous stadium like the Estádio da Luz in Lisbon, or the Alvalade in Lisbon, or the Dragão in Porto. You might even be thinking about seeing a game in the stadium that has the best sight lines in all of Europe, and that's the Estádio Dom Afonso Henriques here in Guimarães. But I'm about to do something very different. I am about to get on a 10-minute train ride and go to Vizela to see a second division match. My name is Howie. This is Positively Portugal. Let's get into it. I am no stranger to lower level football or soccer. I've seen games in the United States in the now defunct NASL. I've seen games across multiple levels of the USL. I've also seen MLS. I've pretty much seen as much as you can see when it comes to American soccer. But I've never seen a lower level game in Europe. This game interested me, however, for a few reasons. Some viewers have reached out to me and said that seeing a game in Vizela is a really good experience, and I've read those same things online. There are people who say that Vizela offers a really nice time. I've also seen things online that say it's a lousy place to watch a game. And that really caught my attention because the one thing that I have not seen is somebody post a review saying that, oh yeah, it's just an average experience. It's just another place to watch a game. So it seems that people either really like it or they hate it. And I guess that falls in line with Portuguese stadiums because of all the stadiums I've been to, it's either been a really good experience, like here in Guimarães for Vitória. I really enjoy the Dragão in Porto. I liked the Bessa in Porto, home of Boa Vista. But I've also seen some stinkers. AVS has possibly the worst stadium I have ever seen. And the stadium in Moreira de Cónegos, where Moreirense is, it's not that it's a terrible stadium. It's a lot better than it looks on television, but the town of Moreira de Cónegos is what we would call back home Amish country. The other reason I wanted to see this game is because Vizela is playing against Portimonense. Now, for regular viewers of this channel, for the longest time, I thought I was going to move to Portimão, not Guimarães. And last year, I was really following, from the United States, I was following Portimonense. And they got relegated. They lost the relegation playoff to AVS. But I ended up with more knowledge of Portimonense than I ever wanted. And look, I'm glad it worked out with Guimarães and becoming a Vitória Socio. It's funny that for all that time spent thinking I was going to move to Portimão, I moved pretty much as far away from Portimão in the country of Portugal that you could move. There is a little bit further north, like Braga and I guess up by Guarda. But I just moved to the complete opposite end of where I thought I was going to be moving from. So, I don't know what to expect at all. Allegedly, it's either really good or really bad, and I'm all in. I can't wait to see it. We are on location in Vizela, and I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised. This is a nice place. I'm trying to give you a little bit of a view. It's got a bunch of cafes, some bars, a little bit of a shopping center / outdoor mall called Forum Vizela. Got people living in pretty modern apartment buildings. not a bad place at all. This is actually better than I thought it was going to be. It's a hell of a lot better than Moreira de Cónegos. I don't know if it's enough for me, because there are times when I think that Guimarães is too small. But, if you're a family person, I guess. I'm not even so much a family person. God knows I'm not. But if you just like a more quiet life without it being Amish, like in Moreira, this might be the place to go. I like this a lot. Good place. I would definitely come back. I hope the stadium is nice. I did not get to take as many videos and pictures as I normally do. I was in the sun the whole time, and vision was a bit of an issue, clarity on the pictures and videos. So I did what I could. There was just absolutely no cover from the sun. Some observations about the stadium. The stadium in Vizela, not so great aesthetically, but the acoustics are actually amazing there. It was extremely loud. And the fans were passionate, but they were just loud. Not that they were loud, but it was loud in the stadium. And I think there were only something like 3,500 people, my estimate. The stadium holds 6,000. So it was interesting. The stadium didn't really look like it belonged to FC Vizela. Everything in that stadium was like royal blue. Vizela is wearing a light blue shirt with dark blue shorts. It looked like they were just in someone else's stadium. I think they might have gone through some kind of a rebrand a few years ago, because I did see a lot of people wearing royal blue shirts or royal blue and white striped shirts. So, the club doesn't really match the stadium, but I think at one time it probably did. Again, the town of Vizela, very nice. I could not live there. It's just not busy enough for me. But I was very pleasantly surprised by it. I didn't think I would like the town of Vizela as much as I did. I would go back, especially next season. I think Vizela is going to get promoted. Vitoria will play a game there. I would have no problem going back there. Very easy to get to. It's only 3 stops on the train from Guimarães. 10 minutes, no more. And you know, the way that this whole thing came about was a couple of my viewers here, Rodrigo and Ricardo, they recommended that I go to Vizela. And I said to them, okay, I'll go, but you should join me. And they did. And we had a really nice time. I'm glad I made this trip. My first second division game in Portugal. And I'm looking forward to more of them in other places. So if you want more videos about moving to Portugal, the process of getting there, Portuguese football, anything Portugal related, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. These are the best things you can do to help a content creator on YouTube. I want to thank you all for watching, and here's to new friends. And of course, Força Vitória. About the game, Vizela beat Portimonense 3-2. They scored in either the last minute or second to last minute of stoppage time. And Vizela did not have it today. Going into the game, they were in second place, and Portimonense is kind of hovering towards the bottom. They should have beaten Portimonense handily. They didn't. They struggled. They were losing for a lot of the game, twice. They were down 1-0 and 2-1. So, yeah, Vizela did not have it today, but, you know, that's the kind of game that gets you promoted. When you don't have it and you still manage to win, yeah, Vizela's looking good. As for Portimonense, I didn't think that they would approach getting relegated to the third division, because they were just in the first division last year. They were in the Primeira Liga. They were terrible. That's why they got relegated. They lost that relegation playoff. And, you know, they had recently won a couple of games. I thought they would be fine and stay up and maybe try to make a push for a promotion next season. But this is the kind of loss that leads to a downward spiral. Portimonense is in trouble. They should have won today. At the very least, they should have came away with a draw the way that Vizela played. So maybe I dodged a bullet by not moving to Portimao and having to support that team. I can't even imagine living there with the high cost of living in the Algarve, and this team's getting relegated 2 straight seasons. Yeah, I'm happy to be a Vitória socio. I think I just kind of need a little bit of closure, close that door on Portimao, on Portimonense.